We have a saying in the United States. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. And that means, to those who've never heard that phrase,
Never heard about that one.
you can do what you like to something, but you can doll it up, if you will, but it's still a pig. A pig's a pig. Lipstick on a pig, doll it up, it's still going to be a pig. There's been a strong, there has been a level discussion on the channel and on other channels, and generally online. It's when you get an instrument of a certain quality, I'm talking sub 500, sub 1000, how can you like make it better? Like string wise, component wise. And there's a big question, let's talk about strings and components. So I have a video I talk about, I say, buying more expensive strings won't necessarily make your instrument sound better. And I literally have a string that costs me more. It's a soloist edition of the Larsen, and it doesn't make my cello sound better because it's not balanced. From a luthier's perspective, what do you think about that?
Strings is the most convenient, easiest things to change. They go there, they buy them, they pull them up, and they hear already a difference. But actually the instrument has to be adjusted not by the strings, and then once it is adjusted, then if you have better strings, certainly it sounds better. But a good cello should sound with all kind of strings quite good. Certainly a sub 500 euro cello or 500 US dollar cello is already difficult, that the strings, a decent string fits in a price like this, but
they don't. Yeah. That's why the first thing they do is replace the strings.
Yeah, but then the strings are like 200-300 euro, and then you have actually too expensive strings for the cello you have, and then you realize that the cello is actually not so good. But you cannot turn out now a cello like this to be super sounding. You certainly can maximize its sound. You can make the curve of the bridge, the thickness of the bridge, the sound post where it stands, the fingerboard, how it is shaped, upper nut, pegs who turn, but that does not mean that the sound is now a nice, warm cello sound which makes you cry if you play a nice romantic piece or something. It would be just...
You have to understand, some people, they don't like, in some parts of the world, like in South America and different places, getting the level of money it takes to get into this world is very difficult. It's a big barrier to cross. So for someone who has spent $500, and some of them have saved up for months for that point, and they get that instrument, and maybe they put some nice strings on it, they will cry every time they play it because they didn't have anything like that before.
But good musicians can play on every kind of instrument, and they can be able to transmit a certain emotion even on a cello which costs only 100, you know. So it's we are here talking about a certain luxury. Yeah, it's like driving a car, and then you go with a Mercedes B, and you're complaining, or S-Class or whatever. It's downsizing is always difficult. But we are all here very spoiled, but certainly if you can,
I think we're more blessed.
If you can afford it, you know, why not?
I think we're blessed.
It's also nice to put some effort in something you love, and it makes happiness, you know.
There are some people in the world that, for them to afford even $500 American for an instrument is one of the largest investments they've ever made in their life. And for that person to then play the cello for as many years as they can, you know, you said the strings are the easy thing to replace, because even though they may cost 200-300 euro, they still increase the quality and the playability.
Yeah.
I always talk about the fingerboard, adjust the bridge. How much is the tailpiece is going to, would you consider?
I would only take a European tailpiece, so like then it doesn't make a Vitna or a Acousticus or something. And they're like 25, 30 euro, maybe even 20. But I wouldn't save on that one and taking a lousy one for 5 euro. And I think it sounds better and you have less problems.